everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing with this colour along in Karolina Kubikowska Rising today, and the page we started was this one, so you might have seen it up on the channel. So the first tutorial or colour along part one was this skin tone, and then we did a little bit of eyes and lips on this one. So what we're doing in part two is all the hair, because there is a lot of hair, so that's probably all we'll get done in this part, is just all the hair. So in part one, I did say that I might do a sort of magical background, because all these sort of little bits remind me of magic, and I was thinking of making like colourful smoke going up. But then I spotted, after I'd come off camera, I spotted these two things here which look like bubbles. And then I kind of realised, the penny dropped, and I kind of realised, oh well, actually it actually looks like maybe she could be underwater, and her hair's just like going up into the water, and these are the bubbles. So we're gonna roll with her being underwater. So it's still gonna be lovely, and we're still gonna have lots of colourful hair, but the background's gonna be more oceany type colours, maybe with a bit of magic thrown in, because why not? But I am gonna do this as though she's kind of under the water, and her hair's like bluey turquoises and all that sort of stuff. So I've picked out these 4 pencils to start with. I don't know if I'll bring any other colours in, but I thought we would start off with the lightest colour and just do a really light base. Barely putting any pressure on this when you go down with this. But this is light phthalo green 162, and I'm going to use this over all of the hair. At the moment, I'm not going to do the little bits all around the outsides. In this part 2, I'm going to focus on what's on her actual head. So all the hair that's actually coming from her head, I'm going to do. And we'll see if we can get that done in this part first. If we've got time at the end, I'll focus on the bits around the edges. But I think if I can just do the bulk of the hair, and you know what colours to do it, then these little bits you could do in your own time, because you know what we've done on the biggest part. So I will just bring this camera down a bit, and I'll have to remember that I need to move the camera around so I'm not out of frame for certain bits of it. But yeah, we're just going to do a light layer of this colour, so really lightly. All we're doing really is just getting rid of the white space, because this colour is going to be our lightest colour. So any sort of shine or highlight we want in the hair, this is going to be what's shining through. And there's lots of wispy bits on this hair, so you might have to take a step back and think, is that part of the hair? That's what I normally do. Like this bit here, I'm like, nope, that's background, don't colour that, Kirsty. Don't colour that. But you don't have to be too careful with this layer. This is just wiping out all that white space. We're going in with a very light layer, so you're not going to notice any sort of lines with which direction you've been pulling your strokes or anything like that. We're not going to notice any of that right now. Even if you go over the lines into the background a little bit, it's not going to matter too much, because the background we're going to do in sort of chalk pastels, or I'm using pastel pencils, I think, unless I change my mind to pan pastels, I don't know. But some sort of chalk pastel in the background and similar colours, so it is really just going to blend in anything you accidentally pop onto the outside of the lines. That's fine. I really love this colour. Something about it. It's like a really nice pastel-y sort of, what would you call it? I don't know. I can tell you the pencil name, but that's not what I'd call it. We're just making sure that we've got it down everywhere. Just a light layer will do, because we don't want to fill up all that too for the paper, because we're going to pop quite a few pencil colours down. I'm looking at this page as well, and I'm thinking at the end of this there's going to be a lot of either white gel pen detailing in, or my metallic watercolour. I'll decide that at the end. But there's definitely going to be something splattered on this page, or a lot of white gel pen outlining. There's a lot of dark sections on this as well, like this big dark piece here. get that edge in. That's part of this part on her head. It's coming from her head anyway. I always find it easier to work sort of in colours rather than in sections, because some people work in sections. They might choose to pick out this section and do that first with all 3 or 4 colours and then move to the next section. I prefer to do the whole thing with a base first with a light layer. I mean, it kind of depends on the illustration as well, but with something like this I feel it's easier to just go all in. But it is quite one of them sort of illustrations where you do have to look at it carefully to see what's her and what's background and what's coming from where, kind of thing. So let's get that bit there under the ear. I'm still in frame, aren't I? Tell me I'm still in frame. You know what? I've not done a live stream in ages. I keep thinking, should I do a live stream? I find with live streams I don't get much colouring done because I'm too busy like reading the chat and talking to all you guys, and then I think these people have come here to watch me and I've barely coloured anything. That's my thought on that. Let's get into all these little nooks and crannies, all these little bits on the face. So we've got bits, strands coming onto the face. And then I'm going to move on to the little bit that we've got on this side. So starting up here. Do you ever do that though? Like look at an illustration and think it's one thing and then look at it at a separate time and think, oh, actually, I think it's something else. Like how I did with this, and I thought, oh, actually, I think she's supposed to be underwater and her hair's just floating up. But I only saw it after. After I'd filmed for a whole hour and came off camera, then I sort of noticed it. And I was like, that's where we'll go with that one. I think it's just these little bits, little teeny tiny bits at the bottom, and then we can start getting all our really deep colours in. So that's that. So I've kind of put our little light base down on all the main hair kind of thing. So I'm going to start off with my darkest colour first, which is this one, and it is Indanthrene Blue 247, and I thought we would really accentuate all those darkest areas with this pencil. So anywhere where you can see this really heavy grayscale, almost blacked out, we're going to go in with this. I'm going to use her strokes to colour this as well. So let me just get you in a little bit more to show you what I'm doing, and then I might have to zoom out again, but we'll start off somewhere a bit easier. So if we start off here and we just sort of, with a medium to hard pressure, because you can afford to with this dark colour, we want it to be deep and dark, sort of drag your pencil from the top of where the darkness starts, like that. So you're doing little strokes, but you're following the direction in which the hair is going. And you can just build on it and build on it, and each colour we put in is going to make it even better. So we've got sort of this Indanthrene blue, and then we've got a Prussian blue that we'll put down after this, and then we've got a Helio turquoise, and then we can go back in right at the end with the light phthalo green again. So you don't have to Make sure that you've lots of this colour down, because we're just going to build on the colour, but we're just initially picking out those darkest areas. So again, I'm going to come from the bottom on this one. I'm going to kind of follow the direction that these strokes are going in. It is a bit trickier to do hair like this, because I do feel like it is quite wispy and it's sort of going off in all sorts of directions. So it can be a bit of a tricky one, Karolina Kubikowska's hair, the style of it. If you want to sort of, if you're a bit scared of doing hair and you want to try it out for the first time, colouring hair in this way, I would really recommend finding one of Mariola Budek's illustrations, but one where perhaps she's got the long straight hair, because it's a lot easier to practice on something that's really, you know, straight and it doesn't turn off in too many directions. So I'd recommend that if you want to practice. I'm just going to erase where I've gone over there. I know I said it don't matter, but it does annoy me, so so yeah, that's all I'm doing, picking out the darkest areas and dragging this colour through. So that's all we're doing. I am going to zoom out a little bit now, just so that we don't end up going off camera too much, but you can see that's all I'm doing. But I will have to get a wriggle on, otherwise we'll be here till Christmas. So yeah, like I say, it's not the easiest hair to start off with if you're new to colouring hair, Karolina Kubikowska's hair, especially something like this. But yeah, you practice on this hair, you throw yourself straight in the deep end. Might be a good thing. They say to do that sometimes, don't they? Right, let's pull a bit of that colour up there. Sort of messed that line up a little bit, or I went over on it. But yeah, you can see, you can sort of see what I'm doing with this pencil. We're just going over the very darkest areas, just with random flicky lines. And what it reminds me of, this hair, it reminds me a little bit of the Mystic Art Mirrors style hair on some of those illustrations. And then we've got this bit which sort of changes direction again, because it sort of comes round from here and then it's going round there. So yeah, I'm not, by the end of this hair I'll be annoyed. I'll be annoyed, it'll annoy me. I'm sort of doing a block colour there because it's really, really dark. It's really in the shadows. But yeah, I do prefer sort of hair that's a bit easier for me, that goes in one direction or the other. There's a couple of illustrations I saw in this book though. I didn't know which one to do, but I thought this would be quite nice to practice some skin and some hair. But there's a really lovely illustration in here, which I might do at another time. I'm gonna bring out a few strokes this colour there. There's some hatching shading in the hair as well of this one, as well as there being sort of the hair stroke type pattern. There is some hatching as well. It's just the particular artist's style and how they're putting their shading into their artwork. I think the sort of hair stroke vibes, where it's sort of the lines going around, gives the illusion of movement in the hair, and obviously the hatching gives it more of a depth, of a darkness, where they want it to be darker. That's in my opinion anyway. I could be told wrong. Don't listen to me. Right, so you get where we're going with this anyway. You get where we're going with it. But do start to get a bit of hand-ache with this. It's just this initial colour because you do want it to be dark, so I am forcing this colour in a medium to hard pressure, so it's just that constant hard pressure that gives you a bit of hand ache. So take any breaks. If you need to take breaks, you can pause me, you can even slow me down. You can like do the there's a button where you can really slow it down, slow the video down or speed it up. You could slow me down. I might have a break myself. I might go off and make a brew. Obviously I won't leave the camera rolling. I won't leave you here with nobody here. We'll just edit it out. I'm trying to really get that curve on here, so we're really following that line around and creating that sort of movement. Like I said, it's all whichever way the hair's going, we're following it, but it just switches up so much on these illustrations. It's one way, then the other way. So me and my partner actually went to the cinema the other day. That was fun. We managed to get out for a couple of hours. My mother though, what is it with mums? Bless her. I messaged her last week saying, would you mind sitting in with the kids for a couple of hours while me and Rob go to the cinema and watch a film? So it's just like 2 hours. We go straight to the film, watch the film and come straight home again. There's no messing about. We're literally out for 2 hours. And she said, yeah. So I sent her another message back saying, is 4 o'clock okay, question mark, or I put 4 o'clock question mark, and she didn't message me back. So the following day I messaged her again saying, is that a yay or a no? So she messaged me back saying, yeah, that's fine. So I put thank you, and she put you're welcome. Anyway, the day comes and it was 4:10 and she weren't here yet, and I was like, I told her to come at 4 o'clock. I was like, it's not like my mum to be late really. So I was like, I best message her and check she's not forgot. So I sent her a message. I said, you've not forgot you're coming round today, have you? And she sent a message back saying, no, but what time? I just looked at my partner. I was like, so she has forgot, or else she won't be asking me what time. So I put, well, I said, no, what did I put? I put, well, no, because I said 4 o'clock. And she's like, oops, sorry, I thought you said 5. I'm on my way now. Well, the film was booked for, the film comes on at 4:40 p.m. And it was now like 4:15. I was like, oh gosh. So luckily she doesn't live that far away. And we got there on time for the movie. I was like, it's so hard to communicate with parents via text because they don't text back straight away. They'll text back one word answers, or they won't answer you properly, and you're like, can you just have a conversation, a proper conversation, and then not forget what time you're meant to come round? No, but the film was really good. We went watching that. I'm just sharpening my pencil. My pencil sharpener is a bit loud. It's an electric one, so if you want to take your earphones out, I'll give you a 3-second warning. 1, 2, 3. I'm going in. Quite noisy that, isn't it? Yeah, but we weren't watching that Argyle Does anyone see it advertised? It's got that cat in it. That cat what's in a bag for majority of film. Oh, I'm not going to give anything away, but it's a funny film. It is good. It's a funny film. I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish Henry Cavill was in it a bit more and in a different kind of way. And when you watch the movie, you'll know what I mean. But I wish he was in it more and in a different kind of way. And once you watch the movie, you'll know exactly what I mean. But I don't want to give anything away for people that's not watched it and wants to watch it. So, but it's brilliant. I recommend watching it. So there we go. Right, see how this bit's like, these bits throw me off because that bit was going round like that, and then we've got this, all this like darkness and messy bit. I'm just gonna fill it in, I think, most of it. I don't really know. It really quite confuses me, hair like this. We'll get through this page together, and this this hair looks a bit wild. It's like mine when I've let it dry by itself. My eye, got it, eye. Right, where should we go next? This bit here. Let's go this bit. So let's kind of follow that bit right there and join it up to there. Yeah, this whole hair might be in 2 parts at this rate because it's just taking me forever because of the constant turns in the hair. It's really quite irritating, actually. Why did I pick this page? Somebody, please tell me why I picked this page. Because I am a glutton for punishment. That's why. Right, we're still in frame, aren't we? I'm going to pull up this colour here. This is quite a dark area down here. I think this is the darkest bit of the whole hair as we come round to this bit. Gonna pull out a bit there. Tell you what, it's not stopped raining all morning here. Got soaked on the school run. It's still raining now at, what time are we on? 11:10. It is still chucking it down. It's just not letting up. And I can guarantee when I go to pick the kids up at 3 o'clock, it will chuck it down again. Probably even harder. Just because it likes like having a laugh at parents stood there on playground getting soaked. Right, let's get this darkness in. So I'm still doing hair strokes on this part, but it's kind of a block colour to be honest, but I'm just still doing hair strokes just to leave a little bit of something there for a different blue, maybe. I hope you're all alright colouring this hair. It is a bit tricky, like I said. It's not my favourite thing to colour when hair is every which direction. I'm not a fan. But it looked easier than it's being for me. When I looked at it, I thought, ooh, that'd be quite nice to colour. One of them where it's a slow burner. Be nice at the end when we've stopped raging at it. When we've stopped raging at the page for being so awkward. I put some fresh nails on the other day as well. Those gel strip nails are really, really lovely. I wish I'd have found them sooner. It saves me a whole load of hassle with keep repolishing my nails every 2 seconds. But yeah, these little floral ones. I think they'd be better if you had longer nails, because it says these gel strip nails, it says not to take them longer than your natural nail, and this is how long my natural nail is. Now if my nails were longer, it would have had more of a design on the end because there was quite a lot of pattern on the end, but obviously I've had to cut half of it off on these ones. So I'll bear that in mind for future reference. It's just the design that would be better on a longer nail, I think. Right, I can't wait for the next ones. I think the next ones I'm going to put on is going to have to be the Kerber ones, I think. I've got some Kerber ones. I can't wait. But they do like lots of themed ones as well. Like if there's a certain date coming up, like there's Valentine's Day coming up, they've got some with tiny hearts on, but they're not my cup of tea, to be honest. But they have got some with tiny hearts on. Halloween and Christmas time, I think they do sort of themed ones around that time as well, so it'd be quite fun to have some themed nails on. I hope they do some Easter ones with like little chicks or little little chicks or little eggs. That'd be cool. Or little bunny rabbits. Oh yeah, they've got to do that, haven't they? They've got to do that. If anyone's interested, I have linked them in the description, just in case anyone wanted to have a toot. But they've got some deals on lately. I think it was, I think the deal I got was for a free UV lamp. So I think if you bought, I don't know if it was, if you bought 2 or 3 packs of gel strip nails, you got a free UV lamp. But you have to actually add the lamp into your basket before you put the code in, otherwise it won't recognise that you get a free lamp. It's, yeah, you have to actually put the lamp into your basket and then put the code in. Something like that anyway. I think her eyebrows, because we're doing a hair sort of blues, I think her eyebrows I'll do like black but with a bit of blue in them, so a bit of deep blue into the black. So I think that looked really nice on her brows. Are we holding up? Are we bored yet? Are we fed up with this hair yet? Do we need to take a break? Do we need a brew? Honestly though, I don't know if it's just me. Are you following along fine and it's just me having a big fat whinge over this hair? And you're like, it's cool. It's all good. I don't mind. And I'm pulling my own hair out. I think I don't like it. Honestly, give me Mariola Bedeck straight hair to colour anytime. Even big curls, like big curls, I don't mind colouring them, but wispy bits, I find them really hard to just colour. I don't know. Wispy bits are hard. I'm not bothering about that bubble. I'm going to do something with that bubble at the end. That's part of the background plan. Part of the background plan, that one. Right, let me turn this round where I just get this top bit. So we need to get a bit of darkness there. So I will carry on colouring this hair in this page until we get to it, until the video gets to an hour long, because that's how long I have how much storage I have on my phone to film for. It's about an hour's worth. So we'll see how much we can get done in an hour. Maybe we'll finish it, maybe we'll have to come back on a part 3 to finish it, but we'll see. Sort of done half an hour already on this page and not got very far, I have to say. We've not got very far. There we go. What next? Where should we go next? Should we go to this? Let me just pop a bit more there. Let's go to this area here. So I get some colour in there. And in this middle bit here. Yeah, but while we were at the cinemas, you know, where they show trailers for other new films that are being released, there was one, oh, what was it called? It's going to annoy me. It's basically about a wrestler. Is it a wrestler? With Zac Efron in it. No, not my cup of tea at all. But my partner was like, we've got to come and watch that. I was like, I was like, I don't really like Zac Efron to start with, and they've really like they must have told him to beef up for this movie. Like, he's really quite buff in it. And yeah, about a wrestling movie. I can't for the life of me remember the name of the film, but it's not my bag. I'm not going to be watching that with him. Unless I really want to get out the house away from the children for a few hours. And I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll come. My partner's been invited to one of his friends' parties in April, like a birthday party. And I said to him, I said, does it come with a +1? I said, because if it does, I'm coming. Like, I'm coming. Like, just to get a break. And he said, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going yet because it's fancy dress and he's not one of them. Well, I'm not really, but I would kind of just do it for a laugh. I would kind of just do it once for a laugh with him. Like, you know what I mean? He said, I don't know if I want to go yet because it's fancy dress. Don't do fancy dress. So I don't know if he'll go or not. Therefore, I don't know if I'm going or not. But yeah, I said, oh, just go on, it'll be fun out. I can be the, we can be One Division. I can be Wanda or whatever her name is. And you can be the guy with the red face. That'll be fun. He just looked at me like, no. Like, no, Kirsty. Well, it's either that or I can go as Rey from Star Wars and he can be a Wookiee. He can be Chewbacca. That'd be fun. I've seen a really cool Chewbacca costume on Amazon for 38 quid. Honestly. That's what it would either have to be, something Marvel or something Star Wars for me. Like, yeah. Either have to be Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, or Rey from Star Wars. Gotta be. Anyway, that took my hair off this horrible hair for a second in my life. That took my mind off it for a little bit. I think getting the other colours down won't be as hard. I think this is just the bulk of it because it's there's quite a lot of dark areas. And obviously, harder pressure, harder it is on your little hands. Let's go up from there. But yeah. Anybody else don't do fancy dress? I don't think we've ever been to any sort of fancy dress party. I remember, God, we're talking years ago. I think my mum had like a little house party. Or we got invited to someone's house party. And it was like one of them horrible Hawaiian themed things, what people find fun. I apologise if you like that thing, but I really don't. But yeah, one of them Hawaiian themed things. And my mum got one of them sort of hula skirt things and one of them things on her head. And I was just like, nah, I ain't wearing none of that. I ain't about any of that. I don't mind dressing up in something fun what I like Marvel, superhero or Star Wars, but there ain't no way I'm dressing up in hula costumes or what's the other one, 80s, when they say, oh, come as 80s, and they all do blinking Madonna and the what is it, the like thong leotards over the top of the leggings. No, just no. That is a big no from this woman. I'm going to sharpen this pencil again because it's gone blunt. Take your headphones out now. In 3, 2, 1. It ate my pencil before I had a chance to say 3, 2, 1. It was like, I'm having that. I'm snatching it. It goes in automatically. Well, you kind of have to push it in first, but then it just takes your pencil, sharpens it, and spits it back out. It's cool, actually. So cool. Saves my hand from that crank one. I got this one, this Dell, because people were saying that this was big enough to sharpen the, you know, the brute furnace squares. That's why I got this one, but I'm not a fan of it, if I'm honest. I mean, it does the brute Funa squares, it does work on those, but just in general as a sharpener, I'm not a fan of it. But I know everyone, like a lot of people like that sharpener. You can get it in black as well. You've probably seen it more in black on people's channels. We're still in frame here. We are. Oh, I'm waiting for an exciting parcel as well. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited because lately on the channel's been growing fantastically. I've got lots of new subscribers, so welcome to anybody that's new watching this today. I've got quite a few new channel members, which is exciting as well. So thank you for supporting the channel and joining if you're watching. But also I've noticed, because I kind of try and keep my Instagram and TikTok accounts up to date, and I have noticed through doing some of my artwork, you know, the paintings, I've noticed through doing some of that and doing some of the shorts and the reels that I've had more companies contact me wanting me to try out products, which I'm absolutely overwhelmed with. I mean, I had the big parcel from Indanthrene, which I couldn't believe. I was super excited about that. I've had quite a few publishers send books out to me who I never thought would pick me to send books to. So more recently I have just been contacted by another publisher to review a book that's due out. I believe it's due out at the end of February in the UK on Amazon. But I'm gonna leave it a secret. I'm gonna leave you in suspense. So I'm waiting for that to turn up, and then I can pick a page and colour a page and do a nice review and flip through of that. But I'm super excited that, you know, that they've contacted me. I'm super excited. Super excited. I mean, you always get the, you know, the companies that sort of throw out the AI books. They sort of just put them together in God knows how long it takes them to put an AI book together. I've had lots of companies like that reach out to me, and I don't do them. I don't do any of the AI books anymore. There might have been some I've done on the channel in the past, but since finding out properly about it all, I just prefer not to. So I always get those companies reaching out, which I kindly decline. But when you get some of the bigger companies reaching out, it just feels overwhelming. Like, I can't wait to get this book, basically. I can't wait because it's beautiful. Alright, let's get this wispy bit down here. Let's just pull a bit of that colour up there. I'm in frame still, I am. Just a bit of a glare from my lamp, but we'll forgive that. We'll forgive it. We don't need to know. Colouring, I think I've just gone over her neck a little bit with that blue. Can't tell from afar though. Pretend you didn't see that. Just gonna pop in a little bit there. Still in frame out my look. Can you see better there if I lift it up? Out of the glare. I'll just pop a bit there. There we go. Now just before, no, I've done this side, haven't I? Just this bit. We'll just do this bit before we move on to that bit. It's looking alright. I think I need a bit more of this blue colour, just lightly. Not a hard pressure, but a light pressure, just kind of picking up on some of them lines and running with it. Just getting a sort of light layer down like that. over the top. Like that. There, stop fussing with it, Kirsta. See, this is what I'm like. This is what I'm like. Stop fussing and do the bit you intend to do. This bit. That's why drawings take me so long to colour sometimes, because I'm a serial fusser. Can't leave things alone. Just like... pop a bit of this blue right there. There we go. Now we can move on to the last section. Oh, hallelujah. This last little bit here with this colour anyway. I mean, I've got like 2 more colours to use. Oh dear me. Let's get that in there. I think this blue really looks nice against the lips as well, do you think? Like that blue works really well with the lips. Right, let's start on this bit up here. Oh my gosh, don't put a line on the paper with your pencil, Kirsty. What all these voices are what are coming out my mouth. I think it's my trying to stay sane voice whilst doing this hair, what I'm absolutely hating right now. But that's fine. Don't have to love everything. Colouring everything, do you? I'm not gonna lie and say I'm enjoying colouring this. I'm really not. I'm not. I don't do this kind of hair. But I really like the illustration and it just called to me. It called to me. It stressed me out. A bit more there. Right, let's turn around. Turn around. She does look very pretty. I have to say. I want to dye my hair again. I dyed it copper last year, like a copper colour, and I loved it and it really suits me. And then I got fed up of it fading really quickly, because sort of you have it done at the hairdressers and then it kind of fades really quickly, so it'll go from a copper to like a strawberry blonde in the end. You have to keep going back for a refresh, and I got fed up of doing that. So I ended up having like a blonde balayage instead, and I don't like that now. I fell out of love with my blonde balayage and I want to go back to copper. I really love the copper colour, it's just the upkeep of it, but you know, to keep the colour fresh. But I'm gonna have to go back copper because I want to, but I'm gonna have to get some kind of product to put on it that might keep it more vibrant for longer. I don't know, I'll ask in the hairdressers. I'm sure they'll try and sell me something. They'll try and sell me something. To be fair, actually, that hairdressers that I go to at the minute, they've never once tried to sell me any shampoos or anything. The only thing they try and sell is because they really recommend it, is that when you have a colour, they ask you if you want the Olaplex treatment. It's like a hair conditioning treatment when you've had your hair dyed, and it puts all the nourishment back in to your hair, which I do tend to have that. It's like £20 extra on top of your whatever you're having done, so it's quite costly, but it's worth it, I think, because it does always feel softer. When they've done it, you can actually feel how much softer your hair is, so it's not like you can't notice or anything like that. But yeah, they've not really tried to sell any shampoos or anything like that to me when I've been there. I don't even think I've noticed if they've got any any storage shelves where they store anything like that to sell, actually. I'll have to look next time I'm in. Can't remember. We're in frame. I think it's safe to say that I won't be doing these little bits of hair in this segment. In this part of the video. You wouldn't have had time to do that at all. We're still in frame. I'm panicking because I'm like, I know I'm zoomed in. I don't want to be randomly colouring something and you can't see what I'm colouring, because there's no worse, is there? I've done it a few times. I think I did it on my last video for like 30 seconds or something. I went off camera, and when I watched it back I was like, no. Right, that's that colour done. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see what we've done. So basically that's the darkest colour. She does look beautiful. She looks really pretty. But that's only one of the colours. I do think I'm gonna miss, because we've just put down Indanthrene blue. I did have this colour picked out, Prussian blue, but I think I'm gonna skip it. I think it's a lot like the colour we've just put down, and I think it won't make any difference to the illustration, so I'm going to skip it for my own sanity and because I don't think it'll make much difference. What I am going to go in with next is this one. So this is Helio Turquoise 155, and this is a really nice colour. So we're going to go in with this one, and we're going to sort of put this colour, so we're going to come from where we've just put the Indanthrene. So I will move you back down. We're going back down. So we'll come from where we've just put the Indanthrene, and we'll sort of drag this colour out even further, not completely through to the bit that we've left the highlight, but we do want to drag it through a bit further. So something like that would be really nice. And then the bits that sort of we've not got a shading on, you can sort of go in and pop a bit of this in certain areas as well, just flick it out a little bit, still leaving some highlighted areas, so we want to leave like that bit there. Do you know what I mean? You can pick and choose, or you don't have to follow exactly where I'm putting this colour. Just kind of leave some little areas out for right at the end. Let me just wipe this camera, because I think it, don't mind my monkey finger over here, I think it got a bit smudged. So yeah, we're going in with this Helio Turquoise 155, I think it was. Let's get some of this colour in here. And this will be really nice. Like I say, I don't think the Prussian blue would have done anything different. It'd have been too close to this Indanthrene blue in colour, I think. You wouldn't have really noticed it was there, and it would have been pointless. It would have drove me insane. What am I like? All I've done is whinge. You've got to tell me all I've done is whinge, haven't you? Aren't we on 48 minutes? So we've got 10 more minutes left-ish. I don't think we're going to get it done in this part, but we will come back with a part 3 and finish it off. I love turquoise and deep blues together. There's something about it. It's calming. Does anybody find them colours calming? I'm going to drag this colour through here, but leave a bit on the ends for the other colour. Oh, what's that message on Dojo? Dojo is like an app what the children's school use, so they'll send messages through it to parents. Don't think it was anything important what I need to see immediately. It was something about some athletics club or something like that. I think in the last year of primary school, so when they're like age 10, the class teacher at the minute, she likes to get them into lots of sports. So they do quite a few competitions at other high schools where, you know, they compete against other high schools. My daughter's currently doing football. I need to buy her some football boots actually. I need to get her some plastic studded football boots or something. I'll have to have a look. Yes, she's doing football. She's been picked to do the netball. And she's been picked to go tomorrow to athletics. That's a bit of everything apparently. Yeah. Oh, what's this here? What's turning direction? Help, send help. Don't really. There we go. Now reindeer, I want to leave a little bit out for a highlight, so I'm going to bring it sort of through here a little bit with this colour, but and on the end there. But this sort of centre bit I want to be light, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And someone's alarm's going off again. It'll be that house across the road. Oh, shut up. It's always going off that not house alert across the road. No doubt it's the wind that's making it go off. Right, again I'm going to bring this Helio turquoise. Helio. It's a new one on me. From there, but then we are going to leave a lighter section around here, a big highlight. I want a big highlight on this part. So I'm just kind of easing off that colour now, and then again we can bring colour from here and add that back in. Leave that section for a highlight. Can do a similar thing around here. This is the turn bit I don't like. I really don't like that turn bit. What is my issue with these turn bits of hair? What is my issue? I want that bit to be a bit lighter as well, just there in the centre. This bit a bit darker. So very randomly, we're filling up all the white space, well not all the white space, most of the white space with the Helio turquoise now, but we're leaving random areas out where we want to leave it lighter and have that sort of shine in the hair. You know, when the light hits your hair, you get that shine. That's what we're leaving out, just little tiny bits where we want a nice shine. I'm going to go into there with this pencil because that would be shadowed. You wouldn't have a shine in there, I don't think. We'll have a little one there, we'll leave a little bit there. This page will be so worth it when it's done. Trust me. Come on, troopers. We can do this. We can do it. Oh, that was announced last night as well, that King Charles has got cancer, but they've not announced what kind of cancer. They've just said that it's not prostate cancer, because he had that surgery for an enlarged prostate, but apparently it's not prostate cancer, it's something else. A medical expert on the TV this morning has predicted it might be bowel cancer. No, bladder, sorry, bladder. Because they're saying that that's something they might spot whilst doing a operation for the prostate. But it's all speculation, isn't it? It's all speculation. He said he wanted to announce this to sort of avoid speculation, but I think when you don't give full details out, everyone's going to speculate anyway. That's what the news and media do. They're still speculating over what kind of cancer it is now. So it's not stopped any speculation really. But yeah, with the way they've put it out as he's going to get back to work as soon as possible and all that, with the way they've sort of done it and sort of put that information out, it's as though, you know, they think he's going to be fine and treatment's going to be good and work and stuff. I imagine it will, because to be honest, he's going to get the best healthcare, isn't he? He's going to get the best. Oh, I like how this is looking. What time are we on? Keep an eye on the time. Oh, we've only got a few minutes before I have to end this part of the colour along. Right, let's start up here. We need to, let me lift the beak up. We need to be up here, don't we? Get some of this colour going on up here. And through here. Leave a highlight somewhere there. Who can't wait for the summer? I know some people, for some people it will already be summer. For all you Australians who are enjoying summer, don't rub it in. But yeah, if you have got miserable weather outside at the moment, who can't wait for the summer? And put my big hand up. I don't like it when it's too hot. Like, too hot's a no-no, but I like spring. I think spring is one of my favourite seasons. Spring and autumn. Just when it's a nice temperature, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. You can deal with it, kind of thing. Now let's get this bit here. I do want a highlight there, but I'm gonna swing this colour around there and really fill up those gaps. Like I say, I'm not bothered about that little bubble because I'll deal with that when I do the background. Probably outline it in a white gel pen. I don't know what colour I'll do the actual bubble, but it will be outlined. Probably be the colour of the background, won't it? Whatever the background colour is. Whatever I decide to do there, who knows. I'm glad I've decided to use like some sort of chalk pastel in the background though, because at least that makes it nice and quick and easy for the background. Because the hair's absolutely took and is taking forever. It's nice to do something quick but effective for the background. Let's pull some of that colour there. I want another little highlight leaving there. We'll deepen this bit up here. Just leave that bit there. Possibly drag a little bit of this through there. There, let's move on to this bit here. This is another bit I don't like. It's too wriggly. I'm going to leave the shine here, so I'm going to that yellow turquoise on this bit. And then a little bit on this bit. I might have to sharpen this pencil in a minute, it's getting quite blunt. It's all the hard pressure of this one. So I'm going to leave a little highlight there. Let me sharpen my pencil. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And let's start up here. Are we in frame? Are we in frame? Got a feeling this pencil's gonna snap. It's sharpened it too good. It's very sharp. It's gonna go. When you can feel it, I can sense it. You know what I like about that sharpener as well, that electric sharpener? It sharpens your pencils to a really good point, but it doesn't eat your pencil. You know how you can get them sharpeners sometimes what literally take half of your pencil away when you sharpen them? It doesn't do that. I forgot what sharpener did that once to one of my pencils. There was literally a brand new set of pencils that I was sharpening, and it literally it took about a quarter to half of the bloody pencil off. Get some of this Helio turquoise down here. I'm in frame. I keep asking you as if you can answer me back, you know. It's really not going to work out like that, is it? You're not going to answer me back. Unless I get that live streaming up and running. I think for live streams to work, you have to sort of be on a schedule, I think. I think you have to pick a day and a time and stick to that every single week. And with the way that my life is, I can't do that. I just have to do it on sort of a whim. And live streams don't work well like that. Because obviously people aren't aware when you're going to live stream. They can't prepare for it and think, oh, that person's streaming, I'll go and watch them. And then, yeah, they just don't work out that well. Unless you plan, which unfortunately I can't do. Can't do plans. There's always something cropping up. When you have 5 kids, there's always something, whether it's the school ringing you to go and pick one of them up because they're sick, whether it's a educational health plan review, and I've got that times 2 because I've got 2 children with special needs, whether it's doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, a whole plethora, is that a word, of things. It's never ending, is it? Right. I'm liking this. I'm liking it now. I've got past the stressed out stage, and now I'm like, oh, this is actually looking quite nice, and we've not much else to do on it, which fills me with joy. Apart from when I have to do the side bits that are all around the edge of the page. Definitely need a break before I do those. Definitely. What's one thing that you don't like colouring? Like if you could pick anything on a colouring page that you avoid, that you colour but don't like colouring, what would it be? I think I will always still say glass. I think anything with, you know, like there's a lot of it in the Clara Markova books, you know, where they have like, they'll have like a jar of sweets on the page. I think glass is my nemesis. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, once upon a time I'd say food, but I'm kind of alright with colouring food now, so it is just really, I think glass. is not my thing. Not my thing. I'm just gonna pull some of this colour up through this side now. And then we'll end the stream and we'll have to do the rest. I say stream, see I've got live streaming on my mind, I'm not even live streaming. We'll do the rest in part 3, guys. So we'll have to finish off the rest of the hair in part 3. There's not really much to do, it's just a case of just finessing the last bits of the highlights and then the bits in the background. So the hair in the background, but I'll come back on in part 3 and do that because I know I've not finished this off. And if you're a complete newbie to colouring, you will want to see me do the whole thing, won't you? I know sometimes that's what I struggled with when I was new to colouring, is that bits were missed out, and sometimes what seemed obvious to others wasn't obvious to me, and I'd like to see it done. Let's get that bit in there. Oh, this hair is looking so rich and colourful. It just looks like, I don't know why these pencils have give off so much colour. Just brilliant. Get this strand on and then I can zoom out and show you what we've done so far. Right, I need some more of that there, it's bugging me. Told you I was a serial fusser, can't help it. Right, let me zoom out and then we can see what we've done. Let's pull the camera up. I think I've zoomed out too far on the actual camera thing there. 1 minute. That's the actual thing, and then we need to pull that up. So this is what we're working with so far. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, I hated colouring it, but I love it. So when we come back in part 3 is going to be literally going in with the first colour we used. So it's going to be going back in with the light phthalo green in all the areas where we've left a bit lighter. We're going to be pulling some of this colour a bit further in. Now you can either pull this colour through the whole of the highlight, or we can pull it in a little bit and then use a white to really give it that brightness. But I'll decide that in part 3 anyway. But she's looking gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I mean, it torments the life out of my hair like this, it really does. Probably done nothing but whinge the whole video. You're probably like, oh my god, give it a rest, woman. But yeah. Yeah, that's it so far. So we just need to finish her off in part 3, and then we'll either have time for the background in part 3 or the background might be part 4. We'll just have to see how far we get. But yeah, please do hit that big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.